How's it going? We're in the vault, of course, because that is where we live right now. Um, so how's it going, everybody? So, if you remember, if you tuned in last week, you remember that I was like, oh, we're going to do all these things. It's going to be easy, no problem. And it, like, I just completely, even though I promoted MegaCon, I was like, that's still a week away. I won't have to worry about that. And then it turns out I do have to worry about that. I thought I would have until Friday to do a book, and then it turned out I actually have till Thursday until I leave to go to MegaCon. So yeah, come see me at MegaCon. I'm going to be frazzled and run ragged, and hopefully a book is going to get turned in this time. I don't know. Yeah, DuckTales. Woo. These are our profits from selling 800 comic books to Second and Charles. We got paid out in gold coins. and apparently dollar bills that look a little fake. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I've been bamboozled. At any rate. So yeah, I thought I had a lot more time, and then over the weekend it wasn't even like I could really make up that time, because I did a 4-page special for a Jinx World thing, and then with Bendis and Oming. And then I did a 3-page thing that was like a tryout for a book that was like kind of like a half a tryout, half conversation thing, which went really well. But it was like, oh, I got to do all this, and I got to do all this, and I got to do all this, and it just kind of like went crazy. Hey, Layhands, how's it going? So yeah, come to MegaCon, come see me. I'm going to try to still give you guys content. I actually have one in the can. I have the Beauty number 23. I got a 10-minute time lapse that I just got to narrate. So that's going to go up on YouTube. And so, yeah, I kind of realized that I need to do the stream today because, you know, I can't do it on Thursday because I'm going to be, like, trying to get everything together to get to MegaCon, Orlando. And I can't, I got to do it today because I was thinking about trying to get the portfolio review in tomorrow, but like I also, here's the thing, Black Mule, if you're watching, I want to do a good job, and I want you to get something usable out of it, and I don't want to just be like, oh, we'll just do it live. We'll do it live. I want like, you know, conscious, like me to be present, give you good advice, you know, give you the respect that you deserve. So we're gonna bump it a week, and I'm sorry, because we've already bumped it a week. But usually I try to stay on top of these things. But man, lately it's just been wild over here in the studio. So for now, that is gonna have to get bumped for a week. So my new plan is to do this sweet pinup from Gavin, my buddy Gavin, and then we're gonna try to maybe do a PSP stream tomorrow night, but that's gonna be, we're gonna figure that out. I don't know if that's necessarily gonna work. We'll see what happens. I'm only gonna be able to do it if I have time for it, and I do have to get together all the packing for MegaCon, which I have not started or thought about. Well, without further ado, let's kick it over into the Photoshop. So this is by Gavin. You can see his name right there. Yeah, I got it in one. Right there, right down there. My chat just reconnected for some reason. I hope that we have not lost you, dear viewer. I also, speaking of losing our dear viewers, let's talk about, so one of the things that I did to try to like figure this stuff out is I turned this option off. I'm trying to get Photoshop to not crash OBS. I don't know how successful we're going to be, but if I turn this off, the OpenCL, like if I turn off the use the graphics processor, what happens is I'm not able to rotate the canvas, and I'm also, whenever I move the canvas up and down, I get like screen tearing that's like really annoying. So we're gonna try not to do that. All right, let's jump into this. So we're gonna kick it over to CMYK first thing, and then we are going to turn off the black channel, and we're just gonna fill it. It's Poison Ivy. We're gonna try to get this one and done. We're gonna try to get this one and done in the stream. We'll see how it goes. Let me just real quick. I'm gonna refresh the chat because for some reason it like disconnected me and then reconnected me. So I just want to make sure that it's working. Yeah, so we're gonna work on this piece. Like I said, this is by Gavin. He actually helped out a lot with Robert on Heartthrob. He did some of the backgrounds because Robert had just had a baby, and I don't know if you guys know this, but babies take time away from you. Yeah, strap yourselves in, one and done. We're doing it. Yeah, babies take time away from you. Let's see, out of curiosity, we're 300 DPI and 6 inches wide, 6 inches tall, I assume. 8 inches tall. Yeah, this looks a slightly smaller than I'm used to as far as scans go, but we're gonna roll with it. It's fine. Normally, if you're working at home, you probably want to work 600 DPI. So I'm carefully selecting out these branches. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe we're not that careful. Like, we could get kind of painterly with this. You know what? Let's get a little painterly. Whew. Strap it in. It looks like I did actually miss out on some chat stuff because, yeah, handbrake off. Where's my glove? I've lost the glove. This is a real professional stream. Usually 9 times out of 10, it's in the pocket. Whenever I lose either the glove or the Wacom stylus, it's in my pocket. All right, let's just gesture this in. Let's try to pretend to see if we can get this done in, like, you know, 30 minutes or so. Just out of curiosity, because I know that Johnny Lighthands did a 30-minute challenge. God, was that like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Something like that. Yeah. You guys are talking about Comic Cons. By the way, if you are in the Orlando area, you should definitely come out to MegaCon, because I'm gonna bring some very cool stuff. I'm bringing, not only am I bringing Rick and Morty hardcovers, which I talked about before, but I'm also going to bring some of the Realm hardcovers, and the Realm hardcovers are actually limited to only 1,000 copies, and I only got 3, and I am bringing 2 of them to Orlando. So once I couldn't find your stylus because it was standing on its stand, and you hung a tiny hat on it. So I have you know, my little stylus here. I actually have a little pen koozie that we gotta get the big camera. I have a little pen koozie, and my sister got this for me a long time ago, and it's Spider-Man, but he has like a belt buckle for his pants, probably. I guess he's wearing jeans in this one. So yeah, it'll blend in if you put the koozie on it. Oh no, you can talk about Comic Cons. It's fine. I just, you know, my chat, like, for some reason lagged, and so I missed like the first part of the conversation you guys were having. At any rate, yeah, I'm bringing some Realm trade paperbacks. I'm also bringing the Realm trade paperbacks that are going to be I don't even know how, they're like variant trade paperbacks that were I believe purchased by a store in Dublin. So I don't think there's going to be a ton of them in America. I don't know how rare they are. I don't know what the print run was, but I'm going to have those too. As well as Nightwing variants. I just got Milk Wars trades. Like, I feel like I'm stocked up, but really it's only like I have like one or two of these things, and then that's it. So I tried to get more Cave Carson trades, but there's not really like a good way for me to buy Cave Carson trades at like a wholesale price that makes it like effective for me to basically drag to this Comic-Con. It's like a Spidey voodoo doll. Yeah. Yeah, my sister saw it. That was when she was living in New York, and some like street vendor had it, and she was like, "Oh, I gotta get this for Nick." Yeah, so we're trying to get Painterly in that. By the way, I just heard thunder, so if the stream just cuts out entirely, either OBS crashed or the worst has happened and lightning has struck the house. I've been imbued with the Speed Force, and my career in comics is over. So, you know, we have that to look forward to on stream. Make a deal with a local store to order you copies or something. You've done that for a number of artists. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but as it turns out, here's the thing. My time is terrible. Like there's all these things that I've wanted to do, especially for, I'm gonna try to get stuff done by Heroes, but there's like all this extra stuff that I've wanted to do that I've gotten the okay from, as far as like prints and stuff like that, and a couple of other things, like some neat ideas that like I just need the time to execute on, and I just don't have the time. I actually, speaking of, this is like a larger discussion, but like, value your time as a colorist and as an artist. Here's the thing. So I just got asked to do a project that's really, really fucking cool. And the old me would have just been like, yes, immediately yes, let's do it. I have no follow-up questions. Like, we're just going to jump in and I'm going to figure it out as we go. But like, the new me, the new Nick Filardi, the old Nick Filardi can't come to the phone because he's dead. And the new Nick Filardi is like, well, let's figure out if I actually do have time. Let's figure out, like, you know, even if I do have time, is my time going to be like completely absorbed by this project? Because like, if I don't have any free time, it makes it harder to do things like this. Not only is it harder to do things like this, but like, you know, I've been wanting to stream, like, I don't know if you guys can tell, because like my streaming is infrequent, but like, I would like to stream every day. Like, that would be fantastic. I would love to stream, like, you know, 4 or 5 art streams, and then like a weekend game stream, and have that be like consistent. But the reality is that like, time is a factor, making layouts is a factor, you know, that kind of thing. You want to hit 300 sales? Oh, for the con you're hitting up? Good luck, Matt Garvey. Hey, Steve. Yeah, so like, you know, and I'm not complaining. Like, it's good to have work, but I've kind of like learned over the years that like, my time is more precious than I was giving it credit for when I was like first starting out, when I was like saying yes to everything. There's a point in your career where it's like you can't say yes to everything because, you know, you just like can't make that work. Not only can you not make that work, but like if you do say yes to everything, then the quality suffers. And if you do say yes to everything, you know, other things in your life suffer. And I mean, everybody who is in the Discord, by the way, y'all should join the Discord. It's awesome. The link is right down below. Everybody knows in the Discord that I'm doing sketching, and like that isn't just like me being like, oh, I'm just gonna sketch and doodle and whatever. That's like an end goal of like, you know, I want to draw. Like I want to do everything. I want to do it all. And I've got like stories to tell in me, and like we want to work on Curse of the Iron Chef, but like shit, man, wow, like finding the time is just like real hard. So yeah, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know, it depends on how you look at it, this project was like something I definitely couldn't say no to. And I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited to share it with you guys once it gets going. But until then, this is the worst lipstick job. Look at this. Look at this. Poison Ivy. Oh my God. She's really let herself go. I'm the only one cracking up. All right, all y'all. So yeah, what I'm saying is like your time is important. Kiss me. Yeah, exactly. Your time is important, just as much as Poison Ivy putting on makeup in the morning is important. All right, I think we did a better job. I kind of want to do like a green eyeliner, but before we jump into all that, let's figure out what we're going to do for the dominant color scheme. So obviously, Poison Ivy, we want to do like, we can root these guys in a more traditional color. This is, I don't know if you guys, just get her makeup tips from the Joker. Yeah. So, if you're a new viewer, you probably won't remember, but Local Joe, this is basically Local Joe color. Like, skin tones are beige, Batman is a blue-gray, the leaves are green, the hair is red. Like, this is very basic. This is usually where I like to start when it comes to this kind of thing. So from here, what I like to do to just kind of like give myself an idea of what we want to do is like throw a wash on it. So like this is like 30% green. So by putting this 30% green down, we've unified the palette, we've tied everything together. Everything's got a little bit of green in it. Even the green has green in it. That's good. We've doubled down on green. But like we don't necessarily have to do green. We could do like a red. Looks great too. You know, and we can kind of like lean in that direction. Green and red, since they are like most represented here, I don't think there's any color that's not a version of green or red except for maybe Batman, his cowl. Yeah, I don't think there's anything other than Batman's cowl that isn't green or red here. So like if we wash with those, we're gonna end up with the best results. We could try a blue though, like kind of like lean into Batman's cowl. Like, doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad. The green is green in it. Yeah, exactly. So it's about like where we want to go, like what we want the mood to be. What do you guys think? What do you guys like? We could do a bunch of different things. We could do a brand new layer. can we do it so that it's color? Will this work? I don't even know if this is going to work. Hold on. Hold on. Everybody, grip your keyboards and hold on. We're not doing what we should be doing, quote unquote. But we're simulating what's happening here. So what I did was just take the line art, put it on the top, multiplied it. Don't do this for print, by the way, because it'll be a disaster. The nighttime feels, you like that? So like here's this blue swatch down here. If you look in the lower right, you can see the layers. So we can take this blue swatch and we can be like, all right, what do we want to do? We just like move the hue and saturation. Like, oh, we're gonna do like a purple orange. You do like, I don't know, this is like a green yellow, you know, like we could like push this in basically any direction we want to. One thing that I would like to do is kind of like, I want the viewer here with the relationship with Batman and Ivy. And so because of that, I want to kind of like make everything else push you there, which means that we're going to try to like blend everything else to be like very similar in value, and then have Ivy and Batman be very different in value. So with that in mind, we're looking for something that blends these guys like pretty well. Why is it bad to do that in print? Because you don't normally, if you do this in print, like it looks kind of different because we haven't cleared out the bottom here. Here, let's do that. So if we clear out the bottom, here's the problem if we do it in print. Now we have a multiplied line art layer. It's like Ivy's dress is made of blush. Yeah. We have like a multiplied line art layer, and then we have color underneath. And the problem is that we start to get these like ghosted fragments. And like, I don't know if you guys can tell on your screen, but like this is not, this is going to be totally visible when it goes to print. You're going to notice this stuff. And if you look at like old comic books from like the 70s and 60s especially, they're printed on newsprint, a lot of them had this kind of stuff, especially under yellow. Yeah, you get all these kinds of like ghosties and stuff. I mean, you might be able to do it if you super black afterwards, but you're also like, by multiplying, you're gonna get like, when it's not on the super black, you're gonna get like these kind of like weird, like this is like really high as far as percent wise. So you run the risk of like, I don't know what kind of paper this is going to print on, and you run the risk of like smearing or things like that. Like it's just not a good habit to get into. If you're going to be doing things for print, there's just easier ways to manage all of this. Like for example, if we can just take the line art that we have, take this layer that's like set to multiply, set it to normal. Instead of, hello, there we go. We could fill it with the black here that we have here. Now this black is for print, 60, 60, 40, 100. This will print black. And then we can just make a layer mask, drop the lines in there, invert it, so we get like a negative kind of effect. Make sure that the darks are dark enough. There we go. Like this is fine. This is fine for print. Although I will say that I did this a lot on because Chris Monaghan has so many like gray values in his Nightwing stuff. I did this a lot in the Nightwing book on issue 44, and everything looks fine computer wise, and all the pages look fine except for like, I don't know if it was because of the print run, like I was either early in the print run or late in the print run or whatever, but there was a couple where like the plates slid a little, just a little bit, and I kind of noticed it. You don't do like kind of like trapping stuff when you do something like this. Like if we back it up, I can talk to you about we can talk about trapping. Who doesn't love talking about trapping? This stream. So like the other way to do this, and the way that I've done this in like most of my career, is that like we'll take the line art here and then threshold it. So by thresholding it, we have like black and white, and that's all we got. And there's going to be a little bit of a difference, like we're losing a little bit here and there. But mostly when you like zoom out and see it on the page, you won't be able to really tell. You can kind of tell. You can kind of tell. This might be a bad example for this, but yeah. So now that you have black and white, you can kind of take the wand, select all of the black, and then actually select, modify, contract it 1 pixel, and then take your black, your 60 60 40, fill it, and then you have like a margin for error. Like you have a 1 pixel margin of error on like everything. So if the plates slide around, you notice some registration issues with Nightwing. God damn it, Fake McCoy. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I haven't done a whole lot of what is it? Working with line art in a capacity. Usually I work this way. Working with grayer line art. So I'm working on that. It's funny because like I noticed it with Nightwing, and I was like, oh shit, we did like 6 issues of the Realm like this, and I opened up the Realm and I couldn't find anywhere where like it was a problem. Like I looked through like the trade paperback and I was like, everything looks fine. And so I'm like, is that me? Is that the printer? Are these two things printed differently? And so it happened on Nightwing, but it didn't happen. You never trust the 1 pixel? You do 2? Oh man. Somebody in the chat's got trust issues. So yeah, I was kind of like, I don't know if this is just me, or like, I don't know if this is a thing that like I'm doing, or a thing that like the printer's doing, or like, you know, if the file's fine, if it's not fine, I don't know. But I am going to try to get to the bottom of it. I am aware of it. So is registration really your issue? Yeah, so what's happening is that like the plates are moving around just a tiny bit while it's going to print. This was going to be like a quick like 30-minute, let's bang this thing out, and now we're just like going deep on printing techniques. But yeah, the registration is the problem. So like I don't even know if the 1 pixel would have even helped some of the pages that I found on Nightwing. Like the ones that I found on Nightwing had slid so much that like I don't know if that was necessarily my fault. I think that might have been the printer's fault. Because like I don't know if 1 pixel would have done any kind of like trapping that would have been, you know, proactive. At any rate, what do we do? What are we doing with this? Oh, the woes of printing. Let me tell you what you don't deal with with all this kind of stuff. When you buy digital, you just get digital files, and you don't mess with the physical world at all. You don't think standard trapping would have saved it? Yeah, I agree. That's the thing, is like I saw it, I panicked, and then I was like, oh, I don't think there was anything I could have done. Like, I think this was just like how this printed for whatever reason. Yeah, I do usually trap everything. At any rate, let's get into this. Let's get into this. So, what do we want to do? What do we want to do color scheme wise? Let's let me set it up for print. What do you guys think? Obviously, I want to do some kind of like warmth here. Those will be collectible someday. Questionable. You recognize some of these words. Hey Magi, thank you for joining us. I don't know if I called you out. Yeah, that was kind of like a deep dive on the methods of printing. For those of you not versed in that, I apologize. But yeah, what do we want to do? Do we want to do blue? We can do like, we could even do like a darker blue. Like this is a darker, more dull blue. We could do it at like a higher, you know, percent, which is different from here. Here's where we started. Here's the new blue. It's darker and more desaturated, so like everything's kind of getting a little more gray. We can do we at the master opacity at 60 and kick it back down to 30. We can do like a this is like the red. This is like neon. Here's like a real red. This is like a lot of warmth. Yeah, you know, we can do whatever you guys want. I'm comfortable with any of this stuff. I'm gonna make a decision in like a second though. If y'all don't come to a necessary conclusion. This is oh my god. How do we even come to a conclusion? There are so many good options. Gavin has given us a wonderful canvas for us to just blast color all over. You know, I should really just tape record myself and figure out if I should say these things. You really like the yellow orange? You dig the Nickfil blue for you? Huh. Shady day at the park look? Clearly we should do all of them. Not today. Not today, that's for sure. We're gonna do the blue. That seems to be where people are at. We're gonna do like a blue, but we're gonna edge it a little bit green. This is like, if you look down here, this isn't like the pure blue that we pulled out of like we can 100% this. So like this is pure blue, 100% cyan, and this is what we're gonna do, which is like a little bit of yellow in there. You vote for the poison ivy plant included in a kaleidoscope cover? Yeah, right. So feels like a nighttime piece. Bat would only go out. Bats wouldn't go out in the day. Yeah. I get you. So here's the thing too with like picking colors and making good choices. This blue, although like very, very striking, this like 100% cyan right here, even though this is, I don't know why it just wants to put 1% yellow in there. That's maddening. Even though this is 100% blue, and it's a very striking color, if you put just like a tiny bit of magenta in or a tiny bit of yellow in, it adds like just like a little bit of variation and a little bit of complexity to the color in general. It makes it look like it's not just like pulled right out of a tube kind of thing. So this is it at 30%. We're just gonna merge these guys and work on this level. Get on my level. All right. So like I said, I want you here with Ivy and Bats, them looking each other in the eyes. Batman not really liking it. Ivy, I guess, enjoying it as much as you can enjoy man ensnarement. So we're gonna take a dark blue and kind of like multiply it. The reason that we do this is because it will pull your focus. It's going to make these colors down here on the bottom like blend together really well. They're going to be closer together in their relationship, and it's also going to be darker. If it's darker, that means that you're naturally going to like gravitate. Your eye will always gravitate to the highest highs and the lowest lows together, and that's what's happening here with Ivy's face. So now that we kind of like got that kind of taken care of, let's add a little bit of depth. Ivy is blending into the ivy, so let's separate the ivy from the ivy. And we can do that by just pushing it back. That might be pushed back too far, but we might not have actually a lot of room to play. We may have to bring ivy forward more than push this backwards. At night, things get darker as they go further and further back, so that's what we're rolling with. And we can actually, Gavin did a great job of like putting the light in Ivy's suit. I guess it's a suit, so that like he denoted like light source up top, not so much on the bottom. So we're gonna try to you know, not screw it up. That's what we're gonna try to do. This stream, I can't tell if I'm educating or embarrassing, or I don't know if you guys are embarrassed for me. Sometimes it's a fine line, is all I gotta say. So we're just grabbing like leaves and chunks and stuff. I'm like being super loose because we're gonna end up kind of like hitting this with a brush afterwards anyway. So yeah, we don't have to be totally on it. And actually, you know, I was having a conversation with an editor today where they were saying that they had hired a new colorist that was doing things like with the power of Photoshop, we can like be like, okay, I got this, we'll render this. I'm gonna zoom all the way in and start rendering all the branches in Ivy's neck. And he was trying to dissuade that colorist from doing that because they were like zooming in on faces that were very tiny in the crowd and you know, like rendering them, which is fine. Like some colorists do that, but like he was like, you know, we'll save a ton of time if we don't do that. Like sometimes staying a little bit loose and knowing where to put your focus is really important. A new colorist. Do we need to break some kneecaps? Not yet, but I like where your head's at. If by break some kneecaps you mean compliment them and try to pull them up, yes. Yeah, I mean, that's something that I feel like every this is a brush that I've been really enjoying, by the way, lately. I feel like that's something that every new colorist does. Like they don't, it takes time and practice to eventually understand. Like you see enough breaking kneecaps with advice. Yeah, once you see your work in print enough, you start to understand like, oh, like I spent time here and I didn't necessarily need to because it's this tall on the page. Like that's a common thing that like every colorist goes through. It just comes with experience. I'm sure that like, man, I see this is going to be like the sequel to the other conversation that we had, but like I see magic card artists do this all the time where they put this tiny detail in, and it's like, yeah, beware the zoom. I don't know if you guys noticed, like So I don't zoom in that much. Like, we don't go super deep when we work. And the reason for that is, like, this is a better showcase for me, but like, this is better for the stream. It lets you guys see everything. It lets you guys be aware of like everything that I'm doing. However, when I get in here like this, I start to lose myself in the art and I start to lose objectivity. Like, this is how we are going to hold it in our hands. This is how the web is going to see it. Maybe even smaller than this. Maybe like this sized, you know? So like, there's nothing of value to like, you know, go in that deep. And magic card artists do this all the time, because the magic card art is like even smaller than that. Magic card art is like this, you know, it's like super, super tiny. Quite large on banners and playmats, and yeah. I mean, I guess it is a thing that has to work in multiple spaces. But if it's unsuccessful on the magic card and successful as a print, is that a good thing? Like, wouldn't you have to do it both ways? I like it both ways. I've heard it both ways. Let's render some faces. I don't exactly know what I'm doing with the face. I'm just kind of like carving it out. We're going to put some glows on the skin tone, because I really want you here when we start getting into all this. Gavin, in addition to, we can plug Gavin a little more. Gavin's up and coming. This piece was done, according to him, in 2013. So this is a little bit older for his work. They get the opportunity to retouch if it gets used on banners, mats, and posters. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I saw, you can find, you remember when Magic did those? I know, we just derailed Gavin's plug, and let's not do that. We'll talk Magic in a second. Gavin also worked on a book called The Death Defying that got kickstarted. That looks really, really cool. And if you see him at a Comic-Con, you should pick that up. Yeah, I don't know if this particular piece is representative of like the work that he's doing now, because it's a little bit older, but yeah, he's a good dude. That was really bright, that red. This face looks weird. Batman's face looks fine. I'm kind of doing a thing where we're not super deep. Like, so here's the thing. Full disclosure, everybody. I live in a space that, like, my default, like, how I want to color is with very dark darks and very light lights. And I'm trying to get used to more subtler spaces of color. So that's what's going on with the shading and the lighting here. You don't know if it's unsuccessful just because you can't see it. Yeah, same for the wallpapers and stuff, I assume. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys remember when the first Return to Ravnica came around, but for anyone who, even if you're not a Magic fan and you're like, I don't know why Nick keeps talking about Magic. This is a good example, and you can get something out of this even if you're not a Magic fan. You should look up the art for Serve and Protect. It was a split card that was on. In fact, you know what? We could probably find it on stream. We're just gonna find it. This is me Googling things. Oh God, when you search Serve and Protect, you get a lot of pro-police art. Here we go. So they did these split cards that were like extra wide. But because they were extra wide, they like actually didn't work in a lot of space. Like the actual card is like, what is this? This is 1.5 inches by what? Like, I don't know. I don't know what this is. It's wide. It's wide. They're very, very tiny. When you Google things, what type of keyboard do you use? Oh my God, Nate. I use the keyboard in front of me. So like on the card, it's probably like this size, but like you zoom and it's like, oh, like I'm looking at it at the thumbnail in OBS and it looks perfect. It looks beautifully rendered. You're looking at it on stream right now and dude is all over the place. We should actually credit him and not call him dude, maybe. Who is this? Ryan Barger. Yeah, he's like all over the place, and rightfully so. Like, because this mark making does not have to be tight. This, like, you know, like he tightened it up on the face because that's where you're gonna be. But like, look at these runes. Like, this is a perfect example of like, he didn't make this to sell giant prints. He made this to sell magic cards, and like he only did as much work as he needed to. He's not excited to do extra work, you know. That spear hand really bends. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're right. But anyway, that's my point, is that like, think about where you put your time and think about how big that's going to be in the print. Because like, if you're looking at it this size, why are you agonizing over like the metal of the knuckles? You know what I mean? Like, get the gestures in, get it done. And you know, working like this is also like a really, really good thing, because it like loosens you up, like gets you I don't know, gets you like thinking about it in a different way. A lot of like newer digital artists I see like just losing themselves in the zoom and the raw horsepower of Photoshop. Like, it just happens. And you don't gotta, you can stay loose. All right, let's so we got a lot of green and we got a lot of blue going on in this. So we're gonna make her hair look awesome with like a red wash. And you know, staying loose like that is also really useful for doing like a lot of work quickly, which I feel like is essential in comic books, because we're all working on, that's weird. We're gonna fix this. Her hair should not look like that. We're gonna make it more red. Yeah, it's essential when working in comics, because you're like, oh, I got to do 22 pages. Oh, I got to like, where are you going to put your time when you got to do everything right now, kind of thing. So that's like real red. I don't know if we should necessarily go that red. She's kind of looking like her hair is on a different planet a little bit. So we're gonna put like a little bit of blue in there. There we go. Put some highlights. I find that like with that Serve and Protect, that a lot of my coloring that I end up doing ends up looking like that when you like really zoom in. Which is why I don't really think that comic book coloring is the same thing as say like digital painting, because I feel like digital painting, there's like a next level of polish to then, you know, comic book coloring. Um, I'm going to work on the skin tone here. We're just going to highlight the shoulder a little bit. I said a little bit, but then we highlighted it a lot. Yeah, Ivy's looking cool. Yeah, I really enjoy speed painting in general because I feel like it's close to like where I live as a comic artist and like what I'm thinking about when I'm like trying to do X amount of things a day, you know, and really like hey Erica, when I'm like really trying to like figure out how to get as much work done a day, you know, that kind of thing. All right, let's make these branches look like they have depth and form. Y'all should follow Gavin, by the way. He does a lot of good work. I'm just like adding chunks of, I don't even know, just like light. I'm gonna add some into the leaves here a little bit. Let's add a little bit of toothy kind of. I don't know if Light Hands is still here. This guy's tilt controls are not working. Did the colorist throwdown thing that I was on, did that ever go up onto the YouTube? If you're not here, feel free to not respond. Oh, thanks, Nate. I'm glad that I'm not spending time uploading to YouTube in vain. Thank you for watching it up there. I'm glad you're watching it live right now. Some of that stuff is a lot of work because if the stream crashes, like I want to like stitch it together for YouTube. So it's not like here's 4, you know, videos or whatever. Trying to make a good product. So like right now, I feel like we're getting a little bit lost in getting this done, when we could kind of start wrapping it up. So yeah, it's good to keep in mind like what we should do and what we shouldn't do. And I actually kind of picked this thing so that we could wrap it up quickly. Because like I said at the top, I got a lot of shit going on. If you guys can, come to Orlando this weekend. I'll be there. I'll sign your books. We'll chat about how awkward I am on stream. It'll be great. Yeah, you watch quite a bit on YouTube as well. Cool. Part of the reason why it gets uploaded there too is because, like, you know, if somebody has a platform of choice, and also like the stuff on Twitch eventually goes away.
Hey, did you take him out? It's about to like downpour.
Like around 2. So like, you know, I try to preserve it for anyone that needs to go back and like take another watch, especially when we like sprinted through all the stuff with printing. I'm sure that's valuable to someone out there. All right, let's do the branches on Batman, but we don't want to like pull the focus too much. It's 4:39. No, 2 is when the dog got let out last. He's still kicking. He's still doing his thing. Still needs to be looked after. My fiance just walked in. So I'm adding like a little bit into the Batman cowl, but like I don't know. It kind of looked good flat. Like Gavin kind of did everything that like we needed to do. I might actually desaturate it a little bit because it's blending in a little bit to the green around it. Let's add a little bit of highlight onto the onto the branches there. Let's see how it looks with like a little bit of desaturation. Yeah, I like it a little desat. All right. So, let's add just like I want to showcase Ivy as well as we can. So, I feel like the top foliage is pulling from her a little bit. It's just like a little too bright, so we grabbed a color from the bottom foliage, and we can actually keep the foliage choking Batman. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. We're going to so this color, that's not what I wanted. This color is 60, 60, 40, 100. And if you look, it's like this grayish mauve color. And that's fine for the whole piece in general, but we're gonna like add a little highlight on the Ivy because this is like her moment. So let's whoa. This is 50% screened. Like warm up the face a little bit on the shoulder. And like this is kind of all over the place. We're gonna take, it's popping out all this stuff. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, because we have this set to multiply. There we go. Yeah, now it's purple and mauve. Yeah, now it looks like how it would in print. This is like a little high, but we're gonna change this to 20, 80, 80, 100. Set it to normal, 100%. Oh my god. So Photoshop updated in a way where I have to hit enter after I use this thing. Like I set it to screen. It won't let me do anything else until I hit enter, and then that blue box disappears. And it's really obnoxious to get used to. So now we're normal, and by using 20, 80, 80, it's a little redder, and it'll make this look a little redder. And the reason I don't do it for the whole thing is because if this hit print, the 20, 80, 80 actually would not. It would make like all the blacks like a little bit red, which is not where we want to be. Let's make this a little toothy and kind of erase it a little bit at the top so it doesn't look like she's like a beacon in the night. And then I'm gonna make Batman just like a little. We're gonna add a little bit of zing. To kind of pull the focus. But yeah, I think that's it. What do you guys think? Not bad for a quick one, right? Weird update, yeah. Yeah, that update came with the same update that made the eyedropper tool select the whenever you use the eyedropper tool and you pull a color from another document, it selects that document. So then you have to select the other document with a different tool, because if you use the eyedropper tool, it'll pick a new color. Yeah, terrible update. So it, like, what was once like 1 click is now like 6, 3. I don't even know. I'm gonna add a little bit of bounce light in here. Whoa, layer via copy. That's not what I wanted. Still getting used to the muscle memory on this new keyboard, new layout. Add like a little bit of bounce light in here for the arm, and like a little bit of definition. Yeah. Your chat is like 30 seconds faster than the video. Twitch, please. Oh my god, it should not be like that. Yeah, I think we're gonna call this one. I think this looked really good. It was a simple one, but it was perfect because we're probably not going to stream any more art this week as I'm getting ready for MegaCon. But yeah, if you guys want to check this out, not filtered through Twitch and your monitor or TV or phone or wherever you're watching this, follow me on the social media up there. I'm actually I'm going to be posting when I'm at MegaCon some cosplay that I like, that I bump into while I'm at MegaCon. So if you're into that, follow me on Instagram. And yeah, we're going to post this up on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere. So, you know, check it out there. Come to MegaCon. I probably said that like a million times, but yeah, seriously, I want to hang out with you guys. At any rate, we're done for now. I'm going to try to sneak in another PSP stream, but only if I have time. Until then, I will see you on Monday or Tuesday of next week when I am finally back from the convention, and we'll talk about cons, because it'll be fresh in my mind. Ready to talk cons. Until then, guys, keep making comics.